Well, hello and welcome to almost a weekend, it's Thursday, edition of the Model Railway Shed. I'm just going to do a very quick little video about what's happened. A lot of you who are on my Facebook page will have known that I've had trouble with electricity. As I've mentioned many times before, this is a housing association house. I've made the shed myself with permission. The problem is, in the permission it states that if I want electricity it has to meet modern regulations, which are basically Part P and the latest 17th edition. Now this got me really upset because I want to do it myself. I'm quite a practical person, as you've seen. I've done many things in my life. I'm a plant fitter by trade and I want to do the electrics myself. I enjoy doing electrics. And I had a quote of a man who came round and he said, well, you can do it yourself, but if it all goes wrong and it's not done properly, I'm going to charge you £50 an hour to sort it all out. And he wasn't very helpful, and I know what I need to do. All my electrics would be perfectly safe, but there's silly new little regulations that, you know, need to do this and need to do that. So there was a big discussion on Facebook and I got very depressed about it all, but I'm in a much better place now. I rang up a new electrician. They kindly came out, lovely bloke, and he went through what he recommended doing, and I expressed to him even before he came round that I'd like to build it myself because I'm doing this. I'd like to do all the installation, and he said that's fine. And he came round, and all he's going to do is he's going to connect up the armoured cable. I'm going to supply everything. We discussed how the electrics have got to be done, which is very simple. And so basically that's what I will be doing over the next few weeks. Now I started last week with this lovely LED batten, which you again on Facebook would have seen. Really pleased with it. Gives oodles of light in here, as you can see. It is actually dark outside. If you look, oh, it is dark out there. So I'm really happy. So here we go. I'm going to run through what's going to happen with the electrics if I go down, down, down into the dark bit. Where's my torch? So over in this corner is going to go a little 40 amp consumer unit. This will consist of a 32 amp I think it's OCB breaker, 40 amp RCD, and then a 6 amp lighting OCD. I've probably got all the names wrong, but I do know what I need to get. So I'll be buying that from Screwfix. It meets 17th edition, which is basically means it's made out of metal and must not catch fire, like some consumer units. Mad to think, but apparently a lot of consumer units caught fire. So the 17th edition insisted is metal. So this will be connected through the floor down there, where you can see the extension lead goes, to the house with SWA cable, which is armoured cable, that's the word I was looking for. So that will come up here, and then under here we will run some sockets. So there'll be one socket in that corner. We go all along here, another socket there, well about there, a socket just near the door on that side, and a socket just near the door on this side. Now I was talking about the ring main. Ring mains are okay for 32 amps if you use 2.5mm cable. 2.5mm cable type is similar to that, that's 1mm. But it's grey usually, or white, twin and earth, so I'll be using 2.5, but he says how often am I really going to need 32 amps out here. It's only if you go and plug a heater into every single socket, or a tumble dryer and a heater. That's really not going to happen. So what he suggested, to save me a bit of effort of trying to fit two 2.5mm cables through a conduit, which is has to be conduited, he has suggested putting the breaker in the fuse box down to 20 amps, which will then mean I can use a radial circuit. So that means you daisy chain your 4 sockets all together and they run off that, and he says that would be absolutely fine. So I don't mind if it isn't. For now I just want to get the certificate and get the work done. The worst that's going to happen, it'll make the trip and I'll have to turn it back on, but I'm sure it will be fine. And over here, coming up through here, just here, will be a piece of conduit which will come to a double switch. So that's a 2-gang single way lighting switch, and they will be one for in here. So that conduit will go up to about this point. At this point there is this hole for a reason. It will go through the wall to an outside light so that the outside is illuminated. That will be with a nice dusk to dawn lantern, with an LED bulb. LEDs are fantastic. Replaced the whole house with LEDs. My electricity bill is brilliant because of that. I'm so impressed with LED bulbs. I love them. They light up instantly, they give really good light, and generally, I mean, you always end up with a few faulty ones, but generally, yes, I know they cost more money, but you're saving it in the long run. I've got dimmer chandelier type lights in there, and they're all LED. So anyway, double socket here, go up to a junction box round conduit, go through the wall into the light on the other side, and then it will continue up here along. Now I can't decide, do I go all the way to the end of the shed and round and back to this light, or shall I just cut across the ceiling? I don't know what will look neater. I'm not worried. Very cheap. The circular 20mm conduit is as cheap as chips. Pound for 2 meters. What can you get for £1 today? Anyway, so there you have it. That's what's going to happen. But it's not going to happen this weekend because I've got to take the kids to the cinema. So I will be spending a tenner on conduit, which will actually get all my tubed conduit and I think a couple of bends. And then next week I get paid, so I'll buy the consumer unit probably on Tuesday, and then the rest. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little video. I know I'm just sort of waffling really, as I do very well, but I hope you enjoyed it. And well, a train, see, they do exist, and a bit of track. I hope you enjoyed it, and speak to you soon. Bye.